Hello everyone, this is Miss Chelsea and today we'll be discussing changes in states of matter. Our standard for the day is S8P1B to develop and use models to describe the movement of particles in solids, liquids, gases, and plasma states when thermal energy is added or removed. So now that we know what causes a change in state of matter, let's look at some specific changes. Melting occurs when a solid changes into a liquid. When enough thermal energy is added to a system, it causes the particles to speed up to the point that it changes state. The temperature in which melting begins is called the melting point. The melting point for a substance is the same temperature no matter how much of the substance you have. Freezing is the opposite of melting. It occurs when a liquid turns into a solid. The freezing point of a substance is the temperature at which a substance changes from a liquid to a solid. The particles will move slower and slower until they are fixed into position. Keep in mind that the freezing point and melting point are the same temperature. Let's consider some more phase changes. Condensation is when a gas changes to a liquid. The opposite of condensation is vaporization, or when a liquid changes to a gas. There are actually two different types of vaporization. First, let's consider boiling point, or the temperature at which a liquid boils. Keep in mind boiling takes place throughout the entire liquid at once. Evaporation, on the other hand, takes place only at the surface of a liquid. It can occur at different temperatures. Typically, boiling takes place when you raise the temperature, and evaporation takes place when you leave a liquid out over an extended period of time. The final two changes in state allow us to directly change between solids and gases without going through a liquid state. For example, sublimation, when a solid becomes a gas, occurs in dry ice. Its opposite, deposition, is when a gas directly becomes a solid, for example, when frost forms on a leaf. Use what we've learned today to answer this checkpoint question. What changes of state occur in each of these examples? Number 1. Water droplets form outside of your cold glass on a hot day. Number 2. A puddle forms after it rains, but it's gone the next day. Number 3. After leaving your chocolate bar in a hot car, it no longer has its solid shape. Now that you've answered those questions, let's think back to the beginning of this topic. What are some similarities and differences between solids, liquids, and gases? Well, the particles of each state of matter are always in motion according to the kinetic theory of matter. A gas will have the greatest amount of kinetic energy within the particles, and solids will have the least. This means that gas particles move the fastest and furthest apart, while solids move the least and are closer together.